Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about entries and what are some of the factors that you need to consider before placing an entry. The first thing you need to consider is the main trend. And in that main trend, you need to wait for a pullback or correction to print, right? Before you take that trade. Before you place a trade. In a selling market, so in a downtrend, you're going to wait for the market to print at key resistance before you sell. If in a uptrend, you're going to wait for the market to print at key support before you buy. I feel like if you've watched my previous videos, this will make sense, perfect sense. And even if you've watched my breakdown videos in which you've seen the results, it will make sense. If you haven't watched the videos, the links will be made available. So yeah, let's move on. So at your key resistance and your key support, I'm waiting for candlestick confirmation, right? Let's say, for example, you went down with a strong with a strong bearish push, formed a lower high here because that's where you should be entering anyways. And now this is what you see. Let me pause a bit and then yeah. So the yellow rectangles signify your key resistance and your key support. This is the example for when you're in an uptrend. So let's say you're in a situation right here, an impulse, and now the market is correcting and approaching a key level of support, right? You're going to identify a minor resistance on a lower time frame. If you're in an hour time frame, you're going to look for it at a 15-minute time frame. Look for a minor resistance. It's probably going to look like this. It's going to look like a lower high. And what you're waiting for on that lower time frame is a breakout, right? You're looking for violation on a smaller time frame. And you're waiting for the market to retest this level that has been violated on a lower time frame and continue. So on a higher time frame, if you don't want to look at a smaller time frame, this is what it will look like. The market came here, right? You drew a minor resistance at this bearish push, at this bearish candlestick. And then once you get a breakout from this minor resistance with a strong closed candlestick, right? You're going to wait for a second candlestick, and then that's where you're going to place your entry. The same thing happens when you're in a downtrend, right? So the market pushes down with a strong bearish push. It approaches this level, right? The last strong bullish candle stick approaching this level of key resistance. This is where you're going to draw your minor support. You're going to wait for the market from this level to break this minor support with a strong push. Closed candlestick, it has to be closed. So when the market is behaving as if it's going to close it, it's going to break it, you don't trade yet. You first have to wait for the close. And this, after you've gotten the close, that's when close below that resistance, that's when I'm going to place an entry. So that's clue number one. And consider how the market has closed at a key level before shooting a shot. It goes back to this level. And if, meaning, let me elaborate. If you're in a uptrend, right? This is a buying market, and you closed here on this key level with a bearish candlestick, it's not a signal for you to enter a buy, right? I know a lot of people suffer from this, where as soon as the market hits a key level, they place an entry and they place a stop loss 30 pips apart. What normally happens is when the market gets to a key level, it will pretend like it's breaking out to hit people's stop losses. And then after they've gotten liquidity, it will reverse. So you're waiting for that confirmation that the market is reversing. And we'll go back to the first point that I was making, that you're waiting for the market to print or break a minor level. Yeah. And the third point, right, you need to consider is your discounted levels. So generally speaking, when you get a pullback, the best place or the best key level to place your entry is at your latest lower high, right? And the opposite is true for an uptrend at a higher low, right? And yeah, I'll show these discounted levels on a live chart so that you can see. But generally speaking, these are the things that you're going to be looking for. Let's go to a live chart. I'm going to test this on a few pairs so that you can see. So this is CAD CHF. I've actually posted an analysis on it. And if you haven't seen it, the link will be available. And yeah, so this is a downtrend because it's violated previous structure. So we got to this level, formed a correction, not a correction, but then a consolidation. Got a strong push to the downside, retested that consolidation and continued to push down, meaning that consolidation represented distribution, right? We had a strong bearish push, and then now the market is forming a sideways movement, right? This is a lower high, and this is a lower low. So when I was talking about discounted levels, I was talking about this right here, right? So the market can go here from this level and continue to the downside. This is what I was expecting, by the way. Or if the market wants to take people out, it will go here, right? But then if it goes here, you have to wait for that candlestick confirmation that I was talking about. So now we are at a level of previous support, now resistance. If you look at this level, let me just do this fast charts. Yeah, this is the level of resistance, support, broken through, tested as resistance, false breakout. Now we're here. Look at the sentiment, not a signal to enter, waiting for bearish confirmation. No closed candlestick, no engulfing pattern, push to the upside, right? We had to draw a minor resistance. Let me zoom in so that you can see. So the market is at your discounted level, number one. Number two, the market has to break this with a closed bullish candlestick before we enter. It's at resistance downtrend. And then we got our confirmation. Obviously, because it was approaching support, this was sort of like a late entry. So we also had to wait for a breakout from this level. But that's your confirmation. That's the confirmation that we're looking for. Obviously, I'll look for other better examples, but then I wanted to demonstrate discounted levels on this pair specifically. Okay, so we got a breakout from this level. Nah? It was minor resistance. Now we're waiting for the market to, it was minor support. Now we're waiting for the market to retest it as resistance. Where are we taking profits? The nearest zone. Where are we placing our stop loss? Above structure. We got this retest. Okay. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go back to this. So we got our retest, right? And we are supposed to be looking for a break below this level right here on the lower time frame. After you got a breakout with a closed candlestick, obviously this is not a good ROI. This is not a good risk to reward ratio, but then for the sake of this example, this is what you're going to do. Then you take profit, right? Yeah. Let's go to other pairs. I'll choose random pairs and then I'll show you how this works. So I'm going to be using this pair as my example. I think these charts are from 2014, yeah. So I'm only going to be taking 5 trades because I want to keep this video short and sharp. So we're on an uptrend and this is a correction. As you can see, it's a flag, right? So the market is now at a resistance level, but then we can't take this trade. Why? Because we're not in the selling market, we're in a bullish market, right? So if we get our third touch confirmation, rather we wait for a touch here before we buy. Okay. Okay. So we got our breakout, right? But then we are approaching this level. So now, I think we should wait for break above this level. Also breaking previous high and a retest. And then after that, I will buy. Why? We're looking for buys at support because we're in a buying market, right? Okay, so we got our breakout to this level, but then when we're supposed to get a retest, we got a false breakout. And yeah, this thing went too fast for me. I think I was supposed to go there and then analyze. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Let's move on. The video is on entries, by the way, not high probability trades. So if you want to know how you spot high probability trades, I posted a video on that. Hopefully it helps you. And yeah. So now we're failing to break this high. I mean, this was supposed to be a bullish, okay. This was supposed to be a bullish run, but then seems like we're finding resistance at this level and now we can't push higher. So, like I said, we should wait for a break above this level and a retest before we do anything. If the market does push lower, then let's wait for a breakout. Okay, let me do this. Let's wait for a breakout of this low. So I want to remove trend lines because I don't use trend lines. And yeah, so I think if I do it like this, it's going to be more clear. So this is a high, this is a low, and this is a low, and this is our new high. But then judging by how the market moved from this low to this low and this high, this impulsive movement over here suggests that we could be ending our trend. So if we were to look at this in another light, you see, got a breakout from this trend line. So the market can continue, can start to drop, but we have to break through that low. And then we did. This is our first strong candlestick, right? The bearish, the sentiment on our support level is bearish. So if the bulls were to come in, they have to be strong enough to break through the strong resistance over here, right? But then if we get a second bearish candlestick, then we have to wait for a retest on this level before we do anything. And we got a breakout. So now retest, okay. We retested this level with a with a bullish candlestick, meaning for us to now start selling, we have to close with a very bearish candlestick below that level. And then I'm going to place a sell stop somewhere here, stop loss, a sell stop somewhere there, and then a stop loss above structure. And then this is where I'm going to be placing my take profit. I'm not sure if I'm going to take 5 here. You see, you didn't get that confirmation. Didn't get that confirmation. Got a breakout. Sell. Okay. Our sell stop got triggered. Okay. This is trade number 1. Now, a lesson that I've learned from this trade is what I talked about, is what I've mentioned about discounted levels, that we got to break out, yes, below this level. But then the market tried to push for value. So buyers tried to push the market high, and sellers in this instance, because they've broken through this low, tried to sell at the highest price that they possibly could, which was this price over here. So sometimes that's what happens, but you need to know that you place your stop loss about structure. If our stop loss was too tight, it would have hit it. It would have hit it our what you call our we would have been taken out of this trade. But then because I put it far apart, this is how we got to this win over here. Okay, trade number one. Let's move on. So now, because of this strong push, we are on a bearish momentum, all right? Making consecutive lower highs and lower lows on a smaller time frame. We recently broken through this level of support, and now we're retesting it we're retesting it with a bullish sentiment, right? For us to enter into this buy, we have to break previous highs because we're on a downtrend. And in a downtrend, you're only looking for sells. So even if we get a bullish engulfing candlestick on this level, you're not supposed to buy. Why? Because you're still in a bearish market. The market could be forming a correction, and then we could get another impulse movement. So do not buy, rather wait and see how the market reacts. If the market closes below this level, then we can sell. But then for now, I think I'm looking for sales on this region because of discounted levels. So the thing about knowing which zones are discounts and which zones are optimum selling zones is that when you trade at discounts, you can place tight stop losses, right? Rather than when you're placing at, like what I did here, because I placed my position here, I had to make sure that I have a wide enough stop loss. But so if I placed my entry somewhere here, maybe my stop loss would have been tight. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we retested this and then we broke below, right? I'm looking for a young wick movement on this level over here, but then I'm going to place a sell stop, a limit order, a sell limit order around about this level. And I'm going to take my profits here. Okay. Do we not forget? Okay. On this level, the market is correcting. Okay. So we got our retest near this level. We got our retest near this level, and it would have been our confirmation to sell the retest to this level. Also, remember multi-time frame analysis. Would have helped you. But then, yeah, it's fine. Take profits, it's fine. Let's move on. Only taken one trade. Retesting that level. Okay, So now we retested my discount price and we've broken below this with a strong with a strong bearish candlestick. So maybe our what you call our limit order would have been triggered. Then who knows? I think because it's a correction, we're gonna break this level, and yeah, let's wait and see. Okay, let me leave this position open with the 2 to 1 RR. So consolidation, impulse, correction, impulse, correction. Now we're retesting that correction. We're also looking at the breakout candlestick, and now we are retesting this previous structure over here, which was a bullish candlestick. So for us to get the confirmation that we need to break through this level over here with a strong bearish candlestick. All right. So, okay. Indecision at that level. Am I trading it? Yeah, could be a breakout on a small time frame. Stop loss above. Right. 3 trades, 2 more to go. Yeah, it looks messy, but then you need to follow these rules. Like you need to consider everything that I've mentioned, the trend and how you're breaking and you break out candlesticks. Those are very important, guys. So we're still in a downtrend, looking for sells. Remember what I said about discounted levels? I know I may have overlooked them sometimes, but then hopefully you understand. So, okay, let me do this. Here we got a similar pattern of what I was talking about, breakout, and then break below this, and then you're supposed to sell. But then, yeah, we missed it, it's fine. Waiting for the market to print a correction, and then, yeah. If we do get a retest, we'll be fine. This is the last trade, Joe. I wanna save time. Are you getting a retest? We got a retest, yes. And look at the sentiment of the candlestick that's touching our resistance, bearish. Right, so we're gonna place a stop, sell stop below, few pips below the low, and then stop loss slightly above structure, take profit at the nearest zone. Let me place a 2. This is the last trade, guys. I want to save time. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I had to cut it short because of time. But then if you enjoy this type of content, please do engage, like, and subscribe if you still haven't. And until we meet again, thank you.